Hi guys, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Remake video. Square Enix's E3 2019 Masterclass is now over, and one of the things I was really interested in hearing about was the battle system. I think we learned everything that we need to know going forward into next year, and I just thought to break it down in a little video for you today. So with that being said, let's jump straight into today's Final Fantasy VII Remake video. So the battle system is going to feature a hybrid gameplay that merges real-time action with strategic command-based combat, and I must admit I'm really impressed with how seamless the transition from fighting to mini cutscenes or even the use of magic was. In fact, it was just quite remarkable. And it is good to know that it's not just going to be your normal hack and slash. You will need to be tactical, and I think straight away, that's going to please a lot of the Final Fantasy VII community. So the way it works is each press of the square button is a swing of Cloud's Buster Sword, but his standard attacks alone don't scratch the surface of Cloud's true potential, and that is where the ATB comes into play. So the ATB is split into 2 bars, and it'll slowly fill up over time, but it'll fill up much faster if Cloud lands attacks and elemental weaknesses. And once that ATB gauge is full, you can either enter something called Tactical Mode, which with a press of one button, you will slow down time and it'll give you a chance to use actions, like magic, items, abilities, and limit breaks from the command menu, the same way you did back in 1997. Honestly, before we move on, I think they've absolutely nailed the concept. People were worried about it being a hack and slash like Final Fantasy 15, but it's great to see they're keeping the main navigation arc, as that will mean everything surrounding the way you equip magic and summons will be intact and true to the original concept. Another thing I'm really excited about is the character arcs themselves. So each character will have completely different abilities and skill sets to each other. So for instance, Barrett, we know could attack flying enemies, whereas Cloud would need to use magic because he couldn't reach said enemy. And I know that was a thing in 97, but I think they've taken it onto a whole new level this time round. I think personally back in 97 all the characters were, very samey, in the sense of the character arcs were just based around the material that you put on them. For instance, in Final Fantasy IX everybody knew that Vivi's arc was magic, while Hope's in Final Fantasy XIII was best suited for support and healing, and Lightning was the DPS character. We can now see an emergence of newfound abilities in the remake, which seems specific to the character. Barrett had something called Focus Shot and Steel Skin, which I can only imagine ups his toughness to weaken incoming damage. Cloud had Focus, Thrust and Braver, which we all know is a limit break back in 97, but this time round it seems to be in the abilities menu. There were other key things surrounding the abilities which I don't think many people have noticed, but I've got a great theory I'd like to share in another video regarding that. But yeah, all the characters seem to have their own roles this time around, bringing a strategic battle system to take down the most difficult of foes. And the next thing I want to talk about is the enemy focus gauge. When doing sustained damage, the enemy's focus gauge will fill up, and when the gauge is full, the foe becomes staggered, where you then can deal the biggest and strongest blows to take the enemy down. So that means we're going to get to see a similar battle system to that of Final Fantasy XIII, which I think is great news. And if you add that to the tactical mode to keep the original battle system in place, and also the addition of using environmental debris as cover from attacks, I just think that gives us a modern and dynamic interface we can all be proud of. And finally, they have promised that we will get some gameplay in the coming months, and I'm hoping that includes some summon footage. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of the remake's battle system. It'll be good to know if any of you guys have noticed something that I haven't. But I hope you did enjoy today's Final Fantasy VII Remake video. If you did, hit that like button to let me know, and if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, take care.